me? Yo. What's up, good people? It's time for another session of that verbal cardio. Got my water, my co-host, you know what I'm saying? Co-host extraordinaire up in this thing, you know what I'm saying? You see what it is, man. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nothing changed. Shout out to Afro Geeks for getting me this. Mm. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. We got Sincere Baker on the ones and twos in the back. You know what I'm saying? Got Sincere back here in the booth, y'all. It's a glorious time. He done moved up in the game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? I want to shout out my patron saints in here. They are in the building watching this all unfold, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Chloe Franklin, Jerome, Kiyomi, Simpson J. Cat, Alicia Pretty Pisces, Slarita, Miss West, Simone L, Giselle, you know what I mean? Thank y'all, man. We back though. We back. Making sure hey, y'all better have been drinking water while I was gone. I think it's been about two weeks since I did verbal cardio, maybe 3. Y'all better have been drinking water out here, man. I don't want no excuses, no fun and games. Y'all be drinking that water, man, all day, every day. My patron saints, how much water did y'all have yesterday? I want to know. I want the real scoop. Missed y'all as well, randomly CJ. You know what I'm saying? Give me the real scoop. How much water did y'all have yesterday? You know what I'm saying? I want the real answers. Half a gallon? Okay, a little half a gallon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Been working out with Nick Carthen, okay, on Zoom today. You know what I'm saying? Water's my bell. Okay, yeah. Not a lot. Came from Jerome at 3/4 of a gallon, 3/4. Okay. Simpson J. Cat didn't have no water. Just didn't have no water for an entire day. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible. Like I feel like you really gotta go out of your way to I feel like you got to go out of your way not to have water for a full day. I feel like you got to make a conscious effort to be like, yo, I ain't drinking water today. I mean, you was probably drinking other beverages and juices and all of that. What's up, Afro Geeks? Full bottle of core, huh? Half gallon. I ate some ice. Does that count? First of all, Simpson J. Cat had no water yesterday and had some ice. I need you to step it up, man. If you're getting your water intake from the ice in your beverage that has nothing to do with the regular water, just, you know what I'm saying, talk to me, Simpson. We need to get your life in order. We need to help you out. We need to reach out and and be there for you. If you will, you know what I'm saying? Because, no water at all, you know what I'm saying? Just some like ice, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough, you know. But let's get to the elephant in the room, man. I had COVID. I had that musty COVID-19, man. You know, COVID finally caught up with your boy, man. Got me and Sabrina. You know, I don't know where we got it. I don't know how we got it. I don't know if she got it from me, if I got it from her. I think she got it from me, if anything. COVID caught up with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been talking on stage about COVID looking for me. COVID was trying to find me the whole pandemic. COVID's musty ass crept up on me, man. And I was just like, crap, Because I like being undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that COVID never found me. I like the fact that, I like the fact that I'm not a flu guy. Like, I don't be getting the flu every year. Like, it's flu season. Get your flu shots. This was never me. Like, I've never gotten the flu shots. I've never, I don't catch the flu during flu season. This was just, who I am. And, COVID was no different. COVID was no different to me. It was like, hey, I respected it and I followed the rules. I got multiple tests done, the mask out in public, the hand washing. I was responsible, you know. But COVID was like, yeah, you could be responsible all you want, but you gonna slip up and I'm gonna be right there. And I feel like everybody was taking their foot off the gas. Everybody was leaning back a little bit. Everybody was reclining their seat when it came to safety. And, it was just like, hey, we got the vaccine going. We can take the mask off. We can be here. We can be there. We can be in each other's faces. So everybody was kind of taking their foot off the gas a little bit. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was wearing the mask, I wasn't wearing the mask super doubled up like we were. You know what I mean? And then COVID was like, I want to say I got exposed to COVID. Let me look at the calendar. We're going to break this down. We're going to break this all the way down. Okay, so the 29th is when I got tested. June 29th is when I got tested, came up positive for COVID, right? I started feeling weird on June 25th. So June 25th is when I started feeling weird. 29th is when I got the confirmation that I was expecting a COVID baby. Okay? Now, I don't know when I came across COVID or got exposed to it. Here's my thinking right here. I went to a Juneteenth celebration on June 19th, right? June 19th, I was in Lemert Park. I was out there. It was mad people out there. I was dapping it up. I was taking pictures. I would have my mask on. I would have it off. So when I would take pictures, I would take my mask off. I'm doing mad dap ups, hugs, pictures. I'm doing all of that at the Juneteenth celebration. And there was mad people out there. I was loving the blackness. But I'm thinking, that could have been the time that I got exposed. Because it was a lot of people there, a lot of, it's hot outside, we sweating, dapping it up, having a good time. So I started feeling weird on the 25th. So the 19th, and I'm not sure how long it takes COVID to really work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure how long after you get exposed to it, how long does it take for you to feel the effects? Does anybody know in the comment section right now? Does anybody know the little, incubation period of COVID? Like, let's say I get COVID from somebody. How long would it be? Oh, so it's about 4 to 5 days. So, hey, that matches up. So the 19th is when I went to the Juneteenth thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days later, I think on the 24th, I felt normal. The next day is when I felt the effects. So I think it was Juneteenth. Because on the 25th is when I had a show in Compton. And then after that show, I started feeling weird. So I think that was the entry point for my COVID. So anyway, got the COVID. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, you got it. And I was like, oh man. And mind you, I was feeling chills. I kept getting chills. I had a headache in the back. The back of my head was pulsating. I had the chills, the headache. And then I didn't really have any like congestion or anything like that. It was just the headache and the chills at first. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. MTM. But yeah, so it started with that. And then as the days went on, and I was out and about too, y'all. Like I was out and about, like I did that show in Compton on the 25th. Then the next night I did a show at the Comedy Store and this hotel in Hollywood, not knowing that, I was out here with the COVID baby. But you know, I had my mask on at the venues. I only took my mask off to perform the stand up. But I was breathing on that mic. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, then as the days went on, started getting more congested, couldn't really, breathe out, couldn't really, and then the smell and taste left. And then, as it progressed, I started breathing differently. Like, I was coughing. I couldn't take a deep breath without coughing. So that came into play, and it was just like energy was low, head pulsating, losing the taste. Losing the taste. Oh yeah, and I kept hallucinating. Not hallucinating, but it's just like I kept having a reoccurring visual. Like I would be laying in the bed, kind of half sleep, kind of half awake, and I would have a reoccurring dream of just like something that was happening in the moment, and it just kept repeating itself. It was weird. It's like hard to describe, but I felt like I kept re-looping the same thing, and I was just like, man, what the hell is this? So I was sleeping a lot. Could have been fever dreams. Sleeping a lot, having that reoccurring loop, the breathing, the tastelessness, and water tasted terrible, y'all. Water tasted terrible. It was just like I just had, just for me to drink the water, I had to force myself to drink it because it just tasted wrong. I was just like, man, this sucks. And y'all know I love water. You know what I'm saying? Did my blood pressure go up? I'm not sure. The only thing I had monitoring me was the little breath thing, the little breathing thing that you put on your pinky finger, and it monitors your breathing and your. I guess it is your blood pressure, right? Or your heart rate. It's one of them. Oh man, water was not. Oh, the pulse. Water was not. It was not good when I had the COVID. And I was just like, man, this sucks. So then, when food don't taste the same, when water don't taste the same, you don't want as much of it. I was just like, it was all business, transactions. I was just like, man, if I can't taste it, what's the point? What's the point of eating this food if I can't really taste the significance of what's going on in this bowl or this plate? What's the point? Then you lose motivation to eat. Then when you lose motivation to eat, guess what? You're going to start wasting away. I got my taste back, thank God. My taste came back. My taste is in full swing again. But it was like a little slow process, but it didn't take weeks or anything like that. It took days. It tasted like Jamal. It tasted like I was drinking Arrowhead, room temp. That's what water was tasting like. I was like, man, this sucks. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then my lips was chapped. I had the chapped lips, y'all. Lips was mad ashy and chapped during COVID. And then, that's a big thing with me, man. I don't want the chapped ashy lips, man. Sabrina was like, yo, you gotta put something on them lips. I had the hospital lips. At home, my lips was Chap City. Chaps. I was like, man, not like this. But I will say too, man, a lot of people was reaching out. A lot of people was reaching out constantly. You good, you good. Y'all need anything? I heard, you know what I'm saying, you good. And I'm talking about like personal, like text. You need anything, let me know. So many people came through with the concern, the care. If you need anything, I was like, man, y'all, I appreciate y'all, man. Oh, I had the hospital lips crusted over, man. That was, I was doing battle with my lips tough during COVID. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I felt the concern. I felt every morsel of the concern, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I feel loved out here, man. I feel loved out here, man. So, me and Sabrina made it through. We made it through. Now we back. Now I want to move like I was before COVID. I want out of there because now the apartment makes me think of COVID, dirty carpet, clutteriness. Sick of it, man. Sick of that whole spot. And then the hard part was having to cancel the Chicago trip. So when I got diagnosed with COVID, I pushed the flight date back a couple days. We had to reschedule a shoot for the Kev on Stage app. I had to reschedule my show at Flappers that weekend, so I had to do all this rescheduling. So I pushed the flight back, but I didn't know Delta Airlines had guidelines to where, you know what I'm saying, if you had COVID within 14 days, you cannot fly. If you've been around somebody that has COVID within the 14 days, you cannot fly. So I didn't know they had those strict guidelines in there. So that's when I realized we couldn't take the trip because, the COVID. And I was just like, I was devastated because we was ready for Chicago. Sincere was ready. Serene was ready. Sabrina was ready. We was big ready. Had just put the money down, put the bid in for the Airbnb. Finally solidified it. And when I tell y'all, I waited till the final hour before I booked the Airbnb because I couldn't decide where we were gonna stay. And then I was gonna Airbnb Jason's crib, and then we was just trying to find the right spot for the right price. And I finally made a decision on an Airbnb spot. Finally, pulled the trigger on it. The same day, pulled the trigger on Airbnb, I see the Delta guidelines, and I'm just like, we can't go. Now, mind you, I probably could have been shady and been like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? We ain't had COVID up in here. We ain't got COVID. Nah, man, nah, hell no. I ain't been around somebody with COVID. What you talking about, man? Nah, man, we good over here. We good over here. Let me on the flight. And they would have been like, but your lips is chapped. No, man. I ain't got COVID. I ain't never had it, man. Never had it, never will. You know what I'm saying? I think you tested. Nah, man. My test was negative the whole time. I ain't never had it. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so that was devastating. So now, I don't know when to schedule another trip. I got all these dates coming up. Sincere going back to school soon. When do you go back?
Official moving day is August 22nd.
August 22nd is his move-in date. I don't know, man. We might be able to squeeze something in between. We might be able to squeeze a Chicago trip in between me going to Austin, Texas, and Atlanta, Georgia. We might be able to reschedule. Because here's the thing. In the Airbnb, I couldn't get my full money back. So I lost $1,000 just on the Airbnb. Just on the Airbnb. Lost that. But what I was saying was, because like when you had to reschedule on Delta, when you had to reschedule the flights, they couldn't give me a refund, but they gave me, credit for the flights. So I still got that money in there for the tickets. You know what I mean? So we might have to do that in August. Cause my plan was I don't want to burn myself out on this comedy tour. So I made sure to not have too many back-to-back travel dates because I don't want to get dizzy spells again, and I just know I need some rest here and there. So that's why I had a gap between Austin and Atlanta. You know what I mean? So putting another trip in between that, I'm just kind of like, ugh. But you know what I'm saying? We missed out on Chicago, and we owe it to ourselves to make this Chicago trip. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't been on a trip with the Baker Boys together, both of them at the same time, in far too long. It's usually just Sincere or it's just Serene. When we went to Hawaii, it was just Serene. When we went to New Mexico, it was just Sincere. So I'm trying to get them both at the same time, and we lined it up. We was ready. Maybe we'll do a Chicago trip with a short amount of days. Shorter amount. Like before, it was like 7-day trip. Maybe we could shorten it. But yeah, man, I was devastated. The cakery shorts. I need Sabrina to take the pictures in the shorts so we can get the cakery going, man. I need her to model the shorts because I can't model the shorts. I mean, I could. You know what I'm saying? If y'all really want, but I gotta get the photo of Sabrina in the shorts. So then we can start, because the cakery shorts, they came in, Sabrina approved of them, they ready to go. I just need Sabrina to take those photos. But y'all, I feel like if I take pictures in the cakery shorts, that's gonna hurt sales. You know what I'm saying? To me in the cakery shorts, looking back at it, dudes gonna unfollow me. It's just gonna be a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be doing all that. You know what I mean? What y'all talking about in my patron saint section, man? What y'all talking about, man? What y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to ask me? That would be hilarious if I did do a picture in the cakery shorts. And don't put it past me like I won't do it. Don't put it past me like I won't throw them shorts on. You know what I'm saying? What happened to Scener? Okay, Scener, for those of you that are listening to the podcast or watching the podcast, if you aren't a member of my Patreon, I do watch parties. And we use the Scener app. How the watch party is set up, we're all watching the same movie together, and you guys can chat with me on your computers, and you can hear me respond to the movie, to you. And so we have these watch parties. If you aren't a member of my Patreon, join up. And yes, Afro, if you have a question for me, put the big red question mark there so I can see it. So with the Scener app was making some changes to the app where they made it more complicated to where people can come in and they can come in via mic and video. So now they can just bust up into the watch party and just, and a lot of people that, join me with my watch party, they don't know they're busting in. They're not even prepared, camera wise. They sitting there, you know what I'm saying? They getting caught slipping, you know what I mean? Luckily, there's been no nudity, no cocaine use, nothing illegal going on, nothing weird has been taking place so far. But it's scary, man. People just pop in and be, you know what I'm saying? Their house might be junky, their bed might be messy, it might not be camera ready. You feel me? And so, Cena's been getting on my nerves with that. Just trying to add in too many changes and make stuff too complicated. And I ain't with it, man. You know what I'm saying? We just want to have a good time watching our little movies and TV shows and then just go from there. When's the next movie review? Eric Payne asks. I got to do a review for F9 and Black Widow. I got to knock those out. I've been farting around. I've been procrastinating. I got to do reviews for those. And I got to do a review for Loki, man. So I got to do those. I'm going to try to knock those out this week. They all passed their prime, but, I still got to knock them out. I'll tell you now, Loki's not getting a good review. And F9, their review will be whatever. And Black Widow was, decent. You know what I'm saying? 3.5. So, yeah. What's my post-COVID superpower? Rodney Edwards asks. My post-COVID superpower. I feel like I'm punctual now. I'm on time now. I was on time today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's my post-COVID superpower. I'm punctual now. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting stuff done. I woke up early this morning, went for a walk, and went to the gym, then came here and was still on time. Yeah, man. That's my post-COVID superpower. Kelly F40 asks, what advice do you have for leaving for college for the student and the parent? Oh, leaving for college. Okay, so for the student, the advice for leaving for college, um, I know for me, like when I decided to go to college, it was kind of like I didn't think about it long. I was like, you know what, I'm going to college. Let's do this. Me and my boy Andre headed to New Mexico State. It was a good time. Um, so one thing I will say about going to college, if you can avoid student loans, if you can, as best you can, avoid student loans. As best you can. You're gonna be broke. Cherish those groceries. You know what I'm saying? Ration everything out. Ration everything out. Because initially you think, yeah, man, we got groceries, we're going to be eating. Ration that out. Because the longer you go into the semester, the broker you get. Unless you got a meal plan or something like that. If you got a meal plan, it takes the pressure off. But I was in college, no meal plan. It was just, whatever groceries we can get. Make those last. Cause the food ain't plentiful like it was when you was at home. You know what I'm saying? When you with your parents, food just kept coming in. Food was always there for you. Food was always there for you when you were at home with your parents. When you were in college, food might not be there for you that night. Food might be like, nah, I can't make it tonight. What if food told us that? What if food was just like, nah, man, I ain't in the mood. I ain't with it tonight. But I need to eat. Hey. You know what I'm saying? It's not about you. What if food turned us down? So we was at the mercy of the food. We're like, oh, you hungry? That's crazy. I'm all the way out here in Chatsworth. I ain't making it. Sabrina say, I wish. Man, food turning us down. We'd be out here skinny as hell. Because food gonna be like, nah, I ain't making it in. Try everything you can in college. When you go to college, try everything you can. Branch out, go out into new waters. Just see where your interest lies. Like, try new things. Step outside of your comfort zone. I feel like all these things are important when you go to college because I think, for one, I think college is an amazing experience. I think even if you don't graduate, I think everybody should experience college because, for one, especially if you travel to a school, I feel like even if it's like a few hours away from your home, wherever, if you staying on campus or near campus, it's a dope experience because you become more self-sufficient for one. Um, you always meeting new people, you're learning new things, you're having new experiences, and you have the freedom of, not having a curfew, not having your parents. It's different when you live with your parents than when you live on your own. So all these experiences are coming in, and you're learning new things from different people. You get new perspectives. Because now, like if you never go to college, you might be around the same people the whole time. Whether it be your family, whether it be, your friends, it might be that same core group. So you're not really expanding outside of your immediate zone. College kind of forces you into, now you're gonna meet a person from here, you're gonna meet a person from here, you gaining new perspectives, you making new friends. Now you might go visit your friend that lives in Amsterdam. And now they invited me out to Amsterdam. I can stay with them and just go out there. So now you creating all these new contacts and relationships. So now it's going to force you to expand in every direction, So, and as a parent, on the college tip, I know when Sincere went off to school, initially we'd be sad because it was like, man, he out here. But he was so excited to go. It was just like, oh, man, he good. He was excited to go. He never looked nervous. He never looked scared. I mean, outside of, the confusion of getting everybody signed up in the beginning. But I really felt like he was ready for it. He was just like, yeah, man, this. And so as a parent, that made us feel better. And like, him being in a dope city like San Francisco, it's just the perfect like I think San Francisco is a great city to go to college in because it's like you want to talk about diversity. You want to talk about real diversity out here. San Francisco is one of the cream of the crop places, in terms of diversity, in terms of, culture, race, ideologies, fashion, interests. What better place than San Francisco? You know what I mean? So I was just like, yo, he good out there. It was just, just remind me about the tuition bill and then we'll go from there. But I know that he's getting a great experience from it. He's enjoying it, and I know he's not BSing on the grades and the work uh, ethic. So it's like that makes it even better. So it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So as a parent of a current college bound student, um, I'm enjoying the process because I know he is. So it's just like, yeah, this is dope right here. So that's that on that. Um, Nana P asks, will you do a series review of Loki and review of Black Widow? I'm doing a Black Widow review for sure. A series review of Loki. I might have to do like a recap video. I might have to watch a recap video of Loki just to make sure I got all the information down before I give a full, series review. But I got to review that. But I really didn't dig Loki like that. All right, what else we got up in here on the questions tip? Kiyomi asks, did you see the video of the dad talking to his daughter on the phone that went viral? I don't think I saw that video, Kiyomi. I'm not sure if I saw it. Hopefully it was a good conversation. MTM TV asks, how are you liking the NBA finals? They're pretty good because I don't know who's gonna win. Right now, I feel like the Bucks have the upper hand now. They're up by one. If they win the next one, they win the whole championship. They have a great at-home record, so they can clean it up tonight. But if Booker gets cooking and CP3 gets cooking, if they can both get cooking simultaneously, then they had the potential to take it all. But I mean, the Phoenix Suns are up against the ropes tonight, and the Bucks usually deliver at home, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out. But I would love to see Chris Paul get a ring, though. I would love that because Chris Paul has been one of the dopest point guards ever, and I just like his mentality and his mindset and his work ethic, and his drive and all that. So I would love to see Chris Paul get a ring. Did I see the trailer for Candyman? I haven't seen the latest trailer for Candyman. I'm avoiding the trailer. Like I think I might watch the trailer only in theaters, but I've been trying to avoid it. Would I date a variant of myself? I don't think I would, man. Like I don't know. That'd just be kind of weird because it's me, Even though it's not me, it'll be a woman version of me. I don't know, man, because it's me. You know what I'm saying? And I might not want to date myself. I might not find myself appealing from the outside looking in, even though I love myself. I feel like I feel like I bring a lot to the table. I feel like I'm a good time. I try to be considerate, and I feel like like when I look at myself from the outside looking in, I be like, Tony Baker, man, that guy's all right. But I never look at myself and be like, man, Tony, though, yeah. You got something special, dog. Like I don't know if I look at myself like that on the dating tip, on the variant. You know what I mean? So I don't know about that. I haven't seen Space Jam yet. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So I haven't seen that yet. I'll probably watch it eventually. There's no urgency on it, so I'll just check it out. Any upcoming movies that I'm excited for? Yes. I'm excited about I'm kind of excited about Suicide Squad now because the early reaction reviews have been really good. Um, so I'm kind of like, all right, because I love comic book movies. I just need my dose of comic book movies. I'm excited about Candyman. I'm not maximum excited because there's too much room for mess up and fumble the ball and so I don't be that big on like remakes and redos and so I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with Candyman on the excitement tip, but I'll be there for sure. What else? Suicide Squad. I can't think of what else is coming out this year. That I'm like, I'm excited about James Bond too. I'm looking forward to that. Like I need some good action in my life, man. I need some good action movies out here, man. I need that in my life. Did you and Sabrina watch Sex Life on Netflix? No, I haven't seen it. Nana P asks, do you believe that your spouse, significant other, after a certain time together should be your best friend or just a good friend? I feel like, great question, by the way, Nana P. I feel like your significant other, it's not mandatory that they be your best friend, but they definitely have to be a good friend. Like, cause I feel like your best friend, you can't really force the best friend thing. And what I mean by that is sometimes in relationships, sometimes we can try to force the friendships. Sometimes, like what I'm saying, since we together, we're gonna be best friends. We have to be best friends, and then that's not keeping it organic, like your true best friend, like whoever your best friend may be, whether you got multiple best friends. When y'all became friends, chances are you weren't forcing it, right? It just y'all loved hanging out with each other. Y'all were hanging out all the time. This is your friend. This is your companion, and it was way more organic. It was it was like not supernatural, but it was super natural how everything came together. And then sometimes when we're in a relationship, we want to force that friendship. I believe that friendship is a major key to a successful relationship, but I still feel like, we make the conscious effort to put in extra work for the friendship to be real, you know what I'm saying? More so than we do on actual, best friends or whatever like that. So, but I do feel like being a good friend with your significant other is a major key. It's a major key. And too many couples stay together and there's no real friendship there. There's no real like you don't feel like they actually like each other like that. Yeah, they're together. Yeah, they're a couple. But do you feel the friendship? It's like that family member. You have family members that you love but you don't like. That's what some relationships turn into. Yeah, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I love you. But you be getting on my nerves. Everything else about you be getting on my nerves. But I love you though. We together. You be having that a lot of the times in relationships. You be like, man, you know what I'm saying? And, with friendships, because relationships always come with that tight angle of, you know, you feel like in a lot of relationships, people feel like they can't be 100% themselves. You know what I mean? Like with your friend, with your actual best friend or your good friend, a lot of times you feel like you can be 100% yourself. You can say how you feel about certain things. You can open up about this, about that. And in relationships, you don't always feel like you have that safety of being able to open up and say what you really feel and say, this, that, and the third because you're scared of how they're going to react. You're scared of how it's going to make them feel. You're scared of how it's going to make them feel about you. So you have all these barriers in place when you're in a relationship that prevents you from crossing to the true friendship status because you're not always like, you know, feeling safe. And Sabrina said friends react too. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to my friends, I'm not scared to tell them anything. The only thing I may leave out is just like personal business that I may not want to share. But when it comes to, telling them, how I feel about certain things or this, that, and the third, or what I may have done, I never feel like, oh, I don't want to tell my friends because of how they're gonna react. I don't really have, especially like a one on one, like not telling a group of friends something out of fear of getting roasted. That's different. To where you just like, I ain't putting this in the group chat. But like a one on one, heart to heart with your friend, I have absolute no fear of anything coming back my way. A lot of times, that's why a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people they reveal with their friends, oh, I cheated. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did that. With their friends. And they just be like, and their friends may, hey, what were you doing? What were you thinking? They might give you that. But you didn't have the fear of, man, I'm gonna lose you if I tell you about this. And a lot of times in relationships, we have the fear of, I'm gonna lose you when I tell you about this. In a regular friendship, you kind of rule that out. Now, there are some friendships out there where you might lose them. You might lose them, or they might not withstand the test of time. But I feel like a real true friend. I feel like a real true friend is hard to get rid of. Damn near impossible. If y'all are truly friends, I feel like it's damn near impossible to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? If y'all really about that. If y'all really the true friendships, because a lot of people be forcing friendships and forcing like, friends, and like, you go to different cities and you're trying to meet people, and you're forcing friendships a little bit, and then you're trying to learn new ways and learn new, communication styles, and dealing with this person, that person, and I honestly haven't really dwelled in that space for a long time because, you know, growing up, I always had a friend. I always had like somebody I considered a friend. It was just like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I remember Terrell in like preschool. And then once I got to first grade, it was Leon. And then I had Jonelle. And then I had Chris Ransom. And then I had Mario Purser. And then I had Andre Campbell. And then I had, Jamal. And then I had D and Antoine and Kool-Aid. And it was just like, then I got Devin, I got Keela. It was just always like friends just happening for me organically and naturally. And it was just like, yeah, man. So even when I went to new places like college, for example, I never forced the friendships. It was just like, yeah, I like hanging with this person, that person, you know what I'm saying? We vibing, we cool, we got a crew. Because I acquired really good lifelong friends from college that I still hang with and talk to and like, can reach out to. And, when I moved to LA to pursue this acting thing, a lot of people, they want their clique, they want their friends. Like my crew out here, my crew of like, stand-up comedy friends, it was all organic. It was like, DC, Chaz, and Keenan, and Keon, and Brandon Lewis, and like, Ruben Paul. It was organic. It was just like, we gelled, we just came together organically, and it's just like, yeah, this is dope. And then I met Kev and like, Tahir, and just like, and all that hanging out we doing, even though we were working together, and working together is kind of like, forcing you into the mix. Those relationships and those experiences and those back and forths is just like, yeah, man, I like y'all, man. And the thing about me, I don't force friendships. I don't force friendships whatsoever. Like, if I ain't feeling the vibe or I ain't, this, that, and the third, I'll be like, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know some people do that to where, they want to hang out with people, or and then they find out, people ain't really reaching out, and then you get frustrated because you ain't really reaching out. You didn't invite me to this, you didn't invite me to that. Why didn't you invite me? And it's like, well, then that friendship ain't really cooking like that. You just got to branch off, because true friends, like, your true friends you're gonna invite. If you, hey man, let's hit this up. Roll with me to this. Come with me to this. You down the road? You know what I mean? So all of that feels way more organic. And that be the kick I'm on. If it don't fit, you must quit. Yeah, I'm telling you. Don't force the friendships, especially when you grown, man. Look out, man. We ain't got time for this. We ain't got time for this. All right, I'm gonna do one more question, then we gonna get the hell up out of here. Rambo Jackson Jr. asks, are you more or less cautious about being in public after you gave the paps to COVID? I'm more cautious now. Again, I was already cautious before. I always had the mask on, you know what I'm saying? But, I did take my foot off the gas a little bit. Now that people was getting vaccinated and they was taking their foot off the gas. But now I'm back on, I'm back on the mask heavy, you know what I'm saying? Making sure, the distance thing. I probably won't be, like at the comedy show, I might not be able to do the meet and greet after. You know what I mean? Even though I want to. I might not be able to do the meet and greet after the shows because, but I can't help it, man. I can't help but do the meet and greet. I can't help but do the meet and greet, man. So it's like, man, I really like meeting the people that come see me live. Like, I really enjoy that. Like, it's not, yeah, I'll be tired, but I really enjoy connecting with the people that really connected with me. And so that's a big part of who I am and what I got going. It's like, man, they be right there. They be excited. And then I get excited because they excited. So it's just like, that's tough. That's tough for me not to do. Especially when there's no set rules as far as what the venue is doing COVID wise. Like if the venue is like, all right, we ain't doing none of that, no hangout, no congregation, just, you're gonna have to leave straight out after the show because COVID guidelines and parameters. You know what I mean? So if the club had that in place, I would feel better about, all right, well, I guess we can't do the meet and greet. But if there's a window we can do the meet and greet and people out there like, man, Tony's here, I'll be like, man, I want to see y'all too. You make them laugh and get the fuck out of it. I mean, but I really like meeting the people, man. But again, since I had COVID, I've been kind of more like, all right, let's get this mask back on. I never took the mask off though. That's the thing. But I was taking it off to take pictures. And I was dapping people up strong, coming in chest to chest. You know what I mean? So you got that whole dynamic too. So anyway, man, it's good to be back. I want to thank y'all for listening. Sorry I couldn't get into. Sabrina sent me some great topics that I could have touched on. But since daddy issues ran long, and I had to get my COVID spiel out, you know what I'm saying? I had to talk about the COVID. Had to talk about the elephant in the room, Mr. COVID. I had to talk about that as well. So, but next week though, next episode, I want to thank y'all so much for pulling up, my patron saints. Thank y'all for pulling into the live and asking questions. Y'all are dope. Shout out to Afro Geeks and Sabrina, my mods and my producer. Thank you. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for even caring. Everybody that's listening, please tune in. Verbal Cardio every Wednesday, if I'm not sick, of course. Every Wednesday, we drop a new episode. We're going to have more guests on in the future. Just got to work out some schedules. Shout out to the guests that I already did have, D Smoke and MERS. If you haven't seen those episodes or haven't tuned into those episodes, please do so. You can find them right here on my YouTube page or wherever you get your podcasts. Check those interviews out, man. They're the first guests to ever be on Verbal Cardio, and I want y'all to tune in on those. I'm going to try to do a movie night tonight. I'm going to try to. We got an early shoot tomorrow, so I got to see what's going on. But I'm going to try to. If so, pull up for that. Join my Patreon if you haven't already. Shout out to my patron saints. I love y'all passionately in the shower. Drink more water. Drink more water, man. It's the key to life. It's the key to everything, man. Cherish your best friends. Cherish your true friends. Don't be forcing nothing. And when you feel like, when you feel like a friendship has run its course and you feel more negatively about it than positively, it might be time to let that person go. You know what I mean? So, and that's all right. And that's all right. Me and Sabrina, we friends. We friends. We friends. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. I will holler at y'all next week, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to another session of that verbal cardio. All right.